Damn, I look good in this lighting. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We upstairs today. Damn, boulder shoulders coming in. Holy shit. I think I'm like a smaller version of Derek from More Plays, More Dates feeling like this right now. God damn. If I had More Plays, More Dates shoulders, I think I would probably load myself into a cannonball and fire it at the moon and then break it in fucking half. Look, I want to make a quick video. Just something nice. I've been reading a lot of Stoic shit, and I've been doing that a lot. And that's fucking phenomenal so far. I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit. Stoics. Now, feeling self-improvement, fear, bro. You hear a lot of this evidence just condensed down all the fucking time. Like, there is like a solid 30% of shit that you hear, like, oh, do this is great advice, but don't react to this thing. That's just Stoics shit. And it works. And it really does work, because the reason why it's not specific. You can apply Stoic philosophy to just about every single part of your life, no matter if you're poor, rich, depressed, fat. I nearly said midget for some reason when I meant to say alien. I don't know why. Shout out all my small people. I met a midget once. It was really funny. I don't know if that's like mean to say, but we're gonna roll with it because why not? Fuck it, we ball. However, I love Stoics, but there's one part that I do disagree with. And now, it's true what they say, and that is, you should not hope. Now that sounds pretty depressing, and you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? I shouldn't hope. But I watch Star Wars. That's what Star Wars is all about. Hope. Shut the fuck up. No, seriously. Hope, the reason why they say no hope is because with hope comes what? Like, let's say this pencil was like hope itself. On one end, the fairy tip is gonna be hope, but every pencil has got an eraser. What's on the other side of it? Fear. For what is the antithesis of your hope? It's fear. It's your fear that it's not going to work out. And they say not to have hope, because as you hope, you're going to have fear and you're going to have disappointment. And that's just going to fuck with you more than in the off chance that your hope actually does work. And that can work. That absolutely can fuck with. I will say that can work. That life without hope does work, especially in prisons. Like prisons, there was a story of U.S. soldiers stuck with as a prisoner for the Viet Cong, not just the Vietnamese in general. And when interviewed about life in this POW camp, he said, somebody asked him, who were the first people to die? And he said, the optimists. The people who said, oh, we'll be home by Christmas. Because they weren't home by Christmas. They were not home for years. And so when 1 year came off and they thought they were going to make it back home, it passed. 2 years, it passed. And that hope that they would be safe just led to despair and fear that they would be stuck there forever, and they were the first to die. In that circumstance, absolutely, you should not have hope, because without it, you have actually better likelihood to live. And that's kind of fucked up. It's a very fucked up circumstance, but you gotta admit, like, it is. They are, in that regard, it is true. And I will say that, in that regard, it is true. However, for the average man who's just going around, like, in self-improvement sphere, trying to make the best life he can for himself, trying to do this, trying to do that. He's trying to do all that shit. Trying to make some money, trying to change his life. I think you gotta have hope. I remember when I was first starting out, when I first was picking up my first dumbbells, I searched up how to work out. Literally, did not know how to fucking work out. And I pretty much just did bicep fucking curls. I was doing it for like 15, 20 pounds. Just doing that. And I came across a video that was talking across, short-term gratification versus long-term. I changed my life. And I think part of the reason why I did is because I had hope. Because I had hope that I could actually have a better life instead of just sitting in bed dreaming about the life I had that I thought was so far gone that I could never have. I couldn't say just fucking work for it. Really, really fucking hard, and I could get it. And now, over 2 years later, yeah, I got the fucking body, man. I'm jacked as fuck now. Like, I'll say this like humbly. I say that very humbly. Like, that didn't sound humble at all, but I was skinny fuck. Now I got some size on me, and I'm very proud of that. And I think if I were to take hope away from myself at that point in time, I would not have done so well. I would not have continued maybe as far. Maybe I would have stopped at some point. And I think hope does have its place. And I think more so fear has its place. Now, you should not fear something. You should chase that fuck fear. You should kill that fucking fear. But if I ask you, what is a life without fear? What is a life without that fear within you? What is a life without fear at all? A life without fear is a very fucking easy life. You don't have to be scared of anything. You know what wasn't scared of anything? The fucking dodo bird. Them bitches got clubbed to death because they didn't know what the fuck a predator was. Fear is a terrible thing, but fear is an incredible thing. Like, biologically for animals, it's a great thing to move you forward. And it's really fucked up. Succumbing to fear is a terrible thing. Terrible thing. I'm reminded of a book I read called Outwitting the Devil, or How to Outwit the Devil. And it talks about fear a lot as like, I don't know, I won't spoil it because it was actually a really good fucking book. And I really liked it, actually. I really liked it. You guys should read it. Like, Outwitting the Devil, I think it's called. I forgot by who. But it low-key hit. It low-key hit. Check it out. I'm like pondering because I actually don't have a script for this. I'm just like thinking it. A life without fear, absolutely. A life without fear is a fucking easy life. Let me hit you with a quote. I do not pray for an easy life. I pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. I do not pray for an easy life. You guys should not be praying for a life that's easy. Things or shit's given to you. Because an easy life is not necessarily a life that was worth living. When everything was just given to you, you have to fight no adversity. It is a dangerous man who is happy in adversity. A divine man, almost. And without fear, without that adversity, without that bravery, because you can't be brave without fear. There's nothing there. Now, of course, this is all saying like, oh, because you actually come through with your fear and beat it, and that's why you need to have hope and all this shit. And the Stoics are wrong in this regard. But more so, it's very situation dependent. Some instances yes, some instances no. I'm gonna put my final opinion like that. When shit's so bleak and you don't know if you're actually gonna get out. Now, should you work to get out? Yes, absolutely. But should you hope? Perhaps not. Perhaps that is very, very situational. But in these moments when you're starting out and you're just trying to make something of yourself and you're not gonna fucking get shot on the head or something, perhaps you should hope. Perhaps you should hope and perhaps you should fear. And then be brave through your fear and overcome it. There's a difference between a man when faced with a problem, he doesn't get fazed by it, versus the man who comes through the problem and overcomes it when he faces adversity. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm saying it's two different kind of men. And I'll let you choose which one you want to be. The one who's just simply unfazed. Like real fucking stoic. Maybe he probably gets through adversity. The guy who has to face through the adversity, claw his way fucking out. I don't know. It's interesting. Y'all let me know what you think if you watch this for her.